Comprehensive assessment of crocodiles. Crocodiles represent one of the most successful and enduring lineages of predatory vertebrates in Earth's history. As members of the order Crocodilia, these remarkable reptiles have survived virtually unchanged for over 200 million years, persisting through multiple mass extinction events that eliminated countless other species. This comprehensive assessment examines crocodiles from multiple perspectives: their evolutionary history, biological adaptations, ecological roles, behavioral patterns, conservation challenges, and complex relationship with human civilization. The modern crocodilian family comprises 24 extant species distributed across tropical and subtropical regions worldwide. These apex predators occupy a crucial position in aquatic and semi-aquatic ecosystems, regulating prey populations and maintaining ecological balance. Despite their fearsome reputation and occasional conflicts with humans, crocodiles face significant conservation challenges in the 21st century, including habitat loss, climate change, and persistent persecution. This evaluation synthesizes current scientific knowledge to provide a thorough understanding of crocodiles as biological organisms, ecological keystone species, and subjects of conservation concern. Through this analysis, we can better appreciate both the remarkable adaptations that have allowed crocodiles to thrive for millions of years and the urgent challenges they face in an increasingly human-dominated world. Part I: Evolutionary History and Taxonomy. The ancient lineage. Crocodiles belong to an evolutionary lineage that extends back to the Triassic period, approximately 240 million years ago. The order Crocodilia is part of the larger group
Hola,
Archosaura, which
¿cómo
also
estás,
includes
bebé?
birds and extinct dinosaurs. This relationship places crocodiles as the closest living relatives to birds, a fact that often surprises those unfamiliar with evolutionary biology. The earliest crocodilomorphs were terrestrial animals that bore little resemblance to modern crocodiles. These ancient ancestors were often small, agile, and fully adapted to life on land. Over millions of years, various lineages within Crocodilomorpha experimented with different body plans and ecological niches. Some became herbivorous, others remained terrestrial predators, and still others adapted to marine environments. The transition to a semi-aquatic lifestyle occurred gradually during the Jurassic period. This shift proved remarkably successful, as evidenced by the subsequent diversification and persistence of semi-aquatic crocodilians through the Cretaceous period and beyond. During the age of dinosaurs, crocodilians coexisted with these famous reptiles, occupying aquatic niches that dinosaurs generally avoided. The Cretaceous-Paleogene extinction event, which occurred approximately 66 million years ago and eliminated non-avian dinosaurs, had a profound impact on crocodilians. While many crocodilian lineages went extinct during this catastrophe, several groups survived. These survivors became the ancestors of all modern crocodiles, alligators, caimans, and gharials. Modern taxonomy and classification. The order Crocodilia is currently divided into 3 families: Crocodilidae, true crocodiles; Alligatoridae, alligators and caimans; and Gavialidae, gharials. This classification reflects both morphological differences and evolutionary relationships confirmed by molecular genetic studies. The family Crocodilidae contains the largest number of species, with 14 recognized members distributed across Africa, Asia, Australia, and the Americas. True crocodiles are characterized by their V-shaped snouts, exposed fourth tooth on the lower jaw when the mouth is closed, and functioning salt glands that allow some species to tolerate saltwater environments. Notable species include the saltwater crocodile, Nile crocodile, American crocodile, and mugger crocodile. Alligatoridae comprises 8 species divided into 2 subfamilies: Alligatoridae, alligators, and Caimaninae, caimans. Alligators and caimans generally have broader U-shaped snouts compared to true crocodiles. They lack functioning salt glands, which restricts most species to freshwater habitats. The American alligator and Chinese alligator represent the genus alligator, while various caiman species inhabit Central and South America. The family Gavialidae is the smallest, containing only 2 species: the gharial and the false gharial. These species are distinguished by their extremely elongated, narrow snouts adapted for catching fish. The gharial, in particular, possesses one of the most specialized snout structures among all crocodilians, making it a highly efficient piscivore, but limiting its dietary flexibility. Recent molecular studies have refined our understanding of crocodilian phylogeny, sometimes challenging traditional classifications based on morphology alone. For instance, the false gharial's taxonomic position has been debated, with genetic evidence sometimes placing it closer to true crocodiles than to the gharial, despite morphological similarities between the two gharial species. Evolutionary adaptations and stasis. One of the most remarkable aspects of crocodilian evolution is the phenomenon of morphological stasis. Modern crocodiles closely resemble their ancient ancestors from tens of millions of years ago. This evolutionary conservatism suggests that the crocodilian body plan represents a highly successful solution to the challenges of semi-aquatic predation. The crocodilian boplin, characterized by a dorso-ventrally flattened body, powerful tail, webbed feet, elevated eyes and nostrils, and heavily armored skin, has proven exceptionally well suited to ambush predation in aquatic environments. These features allow crocodiles to remain nearly invisible while submerged, with only their eyes and nostrils breaking the water's surface as they wait for prey. However, while overall body morphology has remained relatively stable, crocodilians have evolved remarkable physiological and behavioral adaptations. Their cardiovascular system includes unique features that allow them to shunt blood away from the lungs during prolonged dives, conserving oxygen. Their immune system shows exceptional resistance to infection, prompting ongoing research into potential medical applications. The armored skin of crocodiles, composed of bony plates called osteoderms and tough keratinized scales, provides both protection and thermoregulatory benefits. The osteoderms create a natural armor that can deflect attacks from and protect against injury from struggling prey. Additionally, the extensive vascularization of the skin allows crocodiles to absorb heat efficiently when basking, facilitating thermoregulation. Biogeography and distribution. Modern crocodilians exhibit a pantropical distribution, occupying suitable habitats across Africa, Asia, Australia, and the Americas. This distribution pattern reflects both ancient vicariance events, the breakup of continents that separated ancestral populations, and the ecological requirements of crocodilians for warm climates and accessible water bodies. Africa hosts several crocodilian species, most notably the Nile crocodile, which occupies freshwater habitats throughout sub-Saharan Africa and parts of Madagascar. West Africa is home to 3 additional species: the West African crocodile, slender-snouted crocodile, and dwarf crocodile. Each species occupies distinct ecological niches, reducing direct competition. Asia supports a diverse array of crocodilian species, including the saltwater crocodile, which has the largest geographic range of any crocodilian, extending from India through Southeast Asia to northern Australia. Other Asian species include the mugger crocodile, gharial, false gharial, Philippine crocodile, and Siamese crocodile. Many Asian species face severe conservation challenges due to habitat loss and human population pressure. Australia is home to 2 native crocodilian species, the saltwater crocodile and the freshwater crocodile. The saltwater crocodile is found in coastal and estuarine habitats across northern Australia, while the freshwater crocodile occupies inland rivers, creeks, and billabongs. Both species play important ecological roles in Australian aquatic ecosystems. The Americas host 6 species of true crocodiles and 6 species of alligators and caimans. The American crocodile has a broad range extending from southern Florida through Central America and parts of South America. The American alligator is found in the southeastern United States, while various caiman species occupy freshwater habitats throughout Central and South America. The spectacled caiman is the most widespread crocodilian in the Americas. This global distribution demonstrates the adaptability of crocodilians to various environmental conditions. although all species require access to water and relatively warm temperatures for at least part of the year. The absence of crocodilians from temperate and polar regions reflects their ectothermic physiology and dependence on external heat sources for maintaining body temperature. Part II, Anatomy and Physiology. External morphology. The external appearance of crocodiles reflects their evolutionary specialization for semi-aquatic predation. Their elongated body plan, typically ranging from 2 to 7 meters in length depending on species, provides both power and maneuverability in water. The head is characterized by an elongated snout housing powerful jaws lined with conical teeth designed for gripping rather than chewing prey. The crocodilian skull is among the strongest structures in the animal kingdom relative to body size. Studies of bite force have revealed that large saltwater crocodiles can exert over 16,000 newtons of force with their jaws, making them capable of crushing the bones of large prey animals. This tremendous bite force is generated by massive muscles that occupy much of the skull's volume and attach to an elongated posterior region of the skull. The eyes of crocodiles are positioned on top of the head, allowing them to see above water while remaining submerged. This adaptation is crucial for ambush hunting, enabling
Hola,
crocodiles to monitor
¿cómo
potential
estás,
prey
bebé?
approaching water sources while remaining virtually invisible. The eyes possess vertical slit pupils that can open wide in low-light conditions, enhancing nocturnal vision. Additionally, crocodiles have a reflective layer behind the retina called the tapetum lucidum, which enhances their ability to see in darkness. Crocodilian nostrils are located at the tip of the snout and can be closed by muscular valves, preventing water entry during submersion. This adaptation, combined with a special palatal valve that seals the back of the throat, allows crocodiles to open their mouths underwater to capture and manipulate prey without drowning. This valve system represents one of many sophisticated adaptations that enable crocodiles to function as effective aquatic predators. The external ears are covered by flaps that close when the animal submerges, protecting the sensitive inner ear from water and debris. Despite this protection, crocodiles maintain excellent hearing both above and below water, using auditory cues to detect prey, communicate with conspecifics, and monitor their environment. The skin of crocodiles is covered with scales of varying size and texture. The dorsal scales contain osteoderms, creating a protective armor across the back and tail. The ventral scales are typically smoother and more flexible, though some species have belly osteoderms as well. The skin contains numerous sensory organs called integumentary sense organs, which are particularly concentrated around the jaws and are exquisitely sensitive to pressure changes in water, allowing crocodiles to detect the movements of prey even in complete darkness or murky water. Skeletal and muscular systems. The crocodilian skeleton is a remarkable structure adapted for both aquatic locomotion and terrestrial movement. The vertebral column is heavily ossified, providing rigidity and strength while still allowing the flexibility needed for the characteristic sinuous swimming motion. The tail vertebrae have elongated neural spines and chevron bones that provide attachment sites for powerful swimming muscles and protect blood vessels running beneath the tail. The limbs of crocodiles are positioned laterally on the body, a configuration that allows for a sprawling gait on land, but also facilitates the high walk observed in many species, where the body is lifted off the ground with the limbs positioned more directly beneath the body. This ability to employ different gait patterns demonstrates surprising biomechanical versatility. The pectoral and pelvic girdles are strongly built to support the animal's weight on land and to anchor the powerful limb muscles used in swimming. The forelimbs typically have 5 digits, while the hind limbs have 4. The hind feet are webbed, enhancing swimming efficiency. Despite the aquatic adaptations, crocodiles can move surprisingly quickly on land over short distances, with some reports of speeds exceeding 17 kilometers per hour for brief bursts. The jaw musculature of crocodiles deserves special attention due to its exceptional power. The primary jaw-closing muscles, particularly the pterygoideus and adductor muscles, are massive and generate the extraordinary bite forces for which crocodiles are famous. In contrast, The jaw opening muscles are relatively weak, a fact exploited by handlers who can hold a crocodile's mouth closed with moderate hand pressure, though this should only be attempted by trained professionals. The muscular tail serves multiple functions beyond swimming. It can be used as a weapon, delivering powerful blows to defend against threats or stun prey. The tail also serves as a fat storage organ, with well-fed crocodiles storing substantial lipid reserves in tail tissues that can be metabolized during lean periods or while guarding nests. Cardiovascular and respiratory systems.
That direction.
The crocodilian cardiovascular system exhibits several unique features not found in other reptiles. Most notably, crocodiles possess a four-chambered heart similar to that of birds and mammals, with complete separation of oxygenated and deoxygenated blood within the heart chambers. However, crocodilians also retain the foramen of Panizza, a small opening that connects the left and right aortic arches, allowing for controlled mixing of oxygenated and deoxygenated blood when needed. This anatomical arrangement provides crocodiles with remarkable cardiovascular flexibility. When at the surface and breathing regularly, blood flow patterns resemble those of mammals, with efficient oxygen delivery to tissues. However, during prolonged dives, crocodiles can shunt deoxygenated blood away from the lungs and directly into systemic circulation, conserving oxygen for critical organs like the brain. This cardiovascular shunting is controlled by a complex interplay of blood pressure changes, nervous system regulation, and the mechanical properties of cardiac valves. The respiratory system of crocodiles is equally impressive. The lungs are large, complex structures with multiple chambers and extensive surface area for gas exchange. Unlike mammals, which use a diaphragm to ventilate the lungs, crocodiles employ a different mechanism. The primary respiratory muscles in crocodiles are the intercostal muscles between the ribs and specialized muscles that attach to the liver and pelvis, creating a hepatic piston mechanism that helps draw air into the lungs. Crocodiles can hold their breath for extended periods, with dive durations varying by species, size, temperature, and activity level. Small individuals engaged in vigorous activity may need to surface after several minutes, while large individuals resting in cold water can remain submerged for over an hour. This remarkable breath-holding ability is facilitated not only by efficient oxygen storage in blood and tissues, but also by a strong tolerance for elevated carbon dioxide and lactic acid levels that would be intolerable to most mammals. The respiratory control centers in the crocodilian brain show reduced sensitivity to rising carbon dioxide levels compared to mammals, allowing crocodiles to tolerate the buildup of this metabolic waste product during long dives. Additionally, crocodiles can engage in anaerobic metabolism, accumulating substantial oxygen debt that is repaid once they return to the surface. Digestive system and metabolism. The crocodilian digestive system is adapted for processing large meals consumed intermittently. Crocodiles are opportunistic feeders that may go weeks or even months between substantial meals, and their digestive physiology reflects this feast-or-famine lifestyle. The stomach of crocodiles is highly acidic, with pH levels that can drop below 2 during digestion, rivaling or exceeding the acidity of human gastric juice. This extreme acidity serves multiple purposes. It facilitates the breakdown of tough proteins and connective tissues, helps digest bone material from prey, and serves as a defense against pathogens that might be present in carrion. Crocodiles routinely swallow stones and other hard objects, which accumulate in the stomach as gastroliths. The function of these gastroliths has been debated among researchers. Historically, it was thought they aided in grinding food, similar to the gizzard stones in birds. However, more recent evidence suggests that gastroliths may serve primarily as ballast, adjusting the crocodile's buoyancy and center of gravity for efficient swimming and diving. The stones may also provide a source of certain minerals. The intestinal tract is relatively short compared to mammals, reflecting the carnivorous diet of crocodiles. The food passage time through the digestive system varies with temperature and meal size, but typically ranges from several days to over a week. During this time, Highly efficient digestion occurs, with crocodiles extracting maximum nutrients from their prey. The metabolism of crocodiles follows typical ectothermic patterns, varying substantially with ambient temperature.